Welcome to the Fence and Deck Mastery Podcast, where we discuss cutting-edge techniques, industry trends, and business insights to take your fence or deck company to the next level and dominate your competition. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fence and Deck Mastery Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Danner, and I'm also the founder of Fence and Deck Marketers, which is a digital marketing agency that works exclusively with fencing and decking businesses. Today, I have an awesome show for you that I'm real excited about. If you've seen the past episodes, you know I do my best to bring on a wide array of people to the show, not just clients, but anybody in the industry that I think would bring value to the listeners. And I thought this would be a perfect way to do that. So today I have Chris Berg from Deckorators, and Chris is the territory manager for the Northeast. And Chris, appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to hop on the podcast. How's it going, brother?
It's going pretty good. Staying busy, but that's always a good thing.
Yep. Good. I know, you guys have been growing quick, and we're going to learn all about that, and excited to unpack that. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are very busy. And I guess kind of a funny story, maybe not that funny, but I met Chris through a cold call because a friend of mine who's a deck builder near me in Maryland mentioned Chris when we were talking when he was over at my house, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to connect with someone from Deckorators because I haven't up to this point, and we had a good talk. Chris said he'd be interested in doing the podcast, so I was like, that's perfect. Let's set it up. And then we just found out about like 10 minutes ago how close he is to me. About I think it's probably like 30 minutes away. I'm in Westminster, Maryland. He's in Frederick, Maryland, which I know very well. So pretty small world, I guess. But today I want to just talk, have everyone learn a little bit about Chris and kind of his role with Deckorators. And then, of course, we're going to talk about all, everything else about the company and kind of what they have going on, new products that they're releasing, things that they're doing that's really special for deck builders. So Chris, if you could just, introduce yourself, tell me a little bit about your story, how you ended up with Deckorators, maybe a little bit about your role in the company, that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate the introduction, Alex. So pretty much, I've always been fascinated with the construction industry. I originally, I had a job with Hilti as an account manager, oversaw commercial sector with electrical, mechanical contractors. I enjoyed it, but I saw something I'd be more, I guess you could say, passionate about. I do a lot of help my father-in-law would flip houses. We've resurfaced decks. We did a huge resurface on their beach house and Outer Banks, and I kind of found love with it. It was really fun and very interactive. And basically, I got in contact with a recruiter from Deckorators, had a interview with various people, and before and during the interview, you usually remain nervous, but I just kind of felt at home with the people I spoke with. And I don't know, I will say it is the best career decision I've ever made. I've been with the company now for a little over 2.5 years. Started off as a field specialist. I covered Maryland, DC, Virginia, Eastern PA, and Delaware. So as a field specialist, I'm working with contractors, getting them interested about the product, teaching them about the product, making sure they're set up to be successful with their customers. And I guess just recently, probably about almost 3 months ago, I recently got promoted to a Northeast territory manager. So now I oversee Virginia up till Maine. I have field specialists that report to me and do what I previously did in my role, and then I work closer with distribution to help grow sales and gain market share.
Gotcha. Okay. And yeah, congrats on the promotion.
Thank you.
And okay, so I guess your role, are you the one that's actually talking with the contractors, working with them and giving them materials they need? Like, how's that, I guess, work? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so with my new role, I partner with my field specialists, help them, with the training when they first start of getting how to interact with contractors. My biggest thing is when you interact with contractor, you want to ask all the relevant questions about their business, really get to understand their business, their clientele, so you can bring up relevant products to them that's going to be most effective to help grow their business. So I kind of teach those ways, but mainly as my current role, I have my field specialists that report to me, kind of check, and we go over contractor events that they're doing, how they're partnering with distribution. Well, I partner with our distribution partners, which we have 2 in the Northeast market right now, and pretty much work with them on like winter buy programs, what we need to do to strategize to help gain market share and increase sales.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm curious. I've read a little bit online, and I think we talked about this last time we spoke, but you know, there's obviously like composite board companies that have been around long, since the beginning, like Trex, obviously everyone's heard of Trex. And now Deckorators just kind of like exploded onto the scene. And all our clients, the vast majority of them are using them in some fashion. So I'm just curious, like, I guess how it got started, like the company originally got started. You know, was there like a difference that you saw needed to be made, or did the founder already work for one of the competitors and was like, I can do it better? I'm always curious if you do know the backstory.
Yeah, so I mean, Deckorators mainly started off as like a baluster, aluminum accessories, railing company that you could find us in pretty much, Lowe's specifically at first. Um, we acquired a company about a little over 10 years ago that had a very unique innovation that they were originally going to use for siding. We realized that we wanted to grow the Deckorators brand and we needed a deck line to help do that. So we took that technology and turned it into deck boards. So deck boards probably been around for, I would say, around 10 years, but at first, we didn't have the people or resources to help keep up with the demand at first, but now we got to the point where we're continuing to hire. As we're growing, we continue to add more positions, continue to add those resources to help grow with the demand of the product. So that's pretty much, Surestone. It used to be called Mineral Base originally, and then we wanted to trademark our own name, something that no one else could come out with. So we did hired a third party company to do interviews with employees and other contractors to figure out what exactly would be the right name for it, and that's how we came out with Surestone. It's mainly because of what's made in that in our Surestone technology deck boards. So that's how we came to be. We got the right people in place to keep up with the demand and growth. And, there's other parts and components that are helping us with that growth momentum that we're having currently.
Okay, nice. Um, and I guess, you kind of touched on this, like how you got started. I mean, right now, like what's your focus, like the products you're offering the most, like, where's the company, currently standing, and what you're pushing the most, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, we offer an array of different products. Surestone is definitely, you could say, is our bread and butter. That kind of what makes us different and makes us unique and makes us stand out because no one else has that technology that we carry in the market. So, people are looking for something to be different, to be unique, and we actually have that product to not only help lumber yards or our contractors be able to stand out and become different. So, technology is changing the industry uh, as the years go by, and we got to be able to keep up with innovation and add something to be able to not just look aesthetically pleasing, but also that has unique characteristics that can preserve weather and outlast one homeowner in a household or so forth. So, we invested heavily in our Surestone technology, and it's really taken off. And we also have other wood composites that we offer that is a little bit different than, well, I would say some of our competitors. So,
Gotcha. Okay. And then I was actually looking on the website earlier, and a lot of times we will put different board options on the websites we create for clients. So I'm pretty familiar with them, but I noticed there's a lot on there that I hadn't seen. So you mind telling us a little bit about like the different collections? I noticed there's a ton of them on the website.
yeah.
And just kind of go into that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll start off with our wood composite line. So Venture is our entry level line. It is actually a new product that we came out with last year. Comes in currently just a grain of brown, and then it is a scallop board. But I will say for an entry level board, the aesthetics behind it, a lot of people want the best of both worlds. And it's kind of hard to get the best of both worlds, but this board truly gives someone that like wants a price point friendly board but has a high end finish. I mean, it has streaker, has variegation, embossment to it. It's a beautiful board, and even though it's an entry level scallop board, you still get a full warranty on it. We do have a plug system for it, and we have a template that easily helps you screw and plug the board as well. It's been tremendous, especially I know within my market, the DC market has really taken off. After that, when we have Vista, which is our higher end of the wood composites, and it's a full cavity board, full body. So it comes in 4 different colors. You have like 2 browns, 2 grays to choose from. What makes it unique is it has an enhanced traction on there. So it does add like a safety feature. If you're using Vista around a pool, a deck, or dock, or let's just say hot tubs. I mean, it rains all the time. It creates a slip resistance, so you don't have to worry about walking out and slipping on your deck, which is huge because I mean, people have done it before. I know personally in the past, I've slipped on a deck once before out
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
So it's a big safety feature to add to that. And I'll say one thing that makes wood composites a little bit different and unique is that we cap the slots. So for our slotted boards, we cap the slots all the way through. If you look at other, wood composites, you'll see exposure of the wood shards and the caps. Even though it's a three-way cap, it's not fully capped at slots, which can create exposure over time and create a gutter system when it rains. So we do address that issue to help persevere longer when it rains and through the weather and the different elements. So that wraps up our wood composites. We have the two lines for that. And just give you an idea for warranty wise, we have a 25 years structural warranty for both deck boards, 25-year fade and stain. And what I really like to make a point is we have a 25-year limited labor and replacement. And that's huge. We're not only providing the deck boards to rip up and install, we're providing the labor it costs to rip up and install those deck boards, at a reasonable market rate based off of a prorated expectation as well. But, that's how I consider us to partner with our contractors. I like to say, I mean, I do like to believe we have the best warranty in the market. And for a company that has that good of a warranty shows how confident they are in their products as well. And then above that, we go into our Surson technology, which we have two product lines for that, Vault and Voyage. Vault comes in two colors, a gray and a brown. It's the same technology as Voyage, but there's just a couple features that it doesn't have. And to speak of those features in the Voyage line, you have an enhanced traction like the Vista did. Voyage actually was the original board that came with enhanced traction. And it was such a big safety feature and such a popular feature of that board. We just added the enhanced traction on Vista last year. So last year was the first year Vista had enhanced traction because of the feedback we got on the Voyage line. Something at a more price point friendlier cost in our wood plastic family. And then besides the enhanced traction, we have a heat resistance built into the cap. So really, a unique approach on a cool deck for to keep the boards as cool as possible, even with the different colors and variations. But we also have multi-widths. So we have a 3.5, your normal 5.5, 7.25, 9.25 as well. On top of that, because of technology that both these boards have, there's no wood in it at all. It's pretty much crushed limestone and polypropylene, and it's actually pulled like taffy. So this board is as light as PVC, but stronger than any board on the market. Now, we did a little thing at IBS last year where we took I believe it was a 4-foot deck board over a Voyage and had people take a sledgehammer to see if they can break it. And that board lasted the entire trade show unbroken. So it adds a whole different strength dynamic to it. But like I said, it's still as light as a PVC board. And you could carry like a 16-foot board, carry 2 or 3 of them, and you're not going to really experience as much of a flex as like carrying one composite board and dragging on the ground. So it definitely adds a unique feature. And because it has no wood, it's ground contact oriented. So you can literally install this as stair treads and brackish water, and we still give you a full year warranty. And the warranty is slightly different than the wood composites. We offer a 50-year structural on our Surson versus a 25-year structural.
Jeez, nice. Okay. Well, yeah, you definitely know. I'm trying to keep track of everything there. That was a lot. That was great information. So you obviously know the product very well, and the best I could follow it. There's a lot that you unpack there, but thanks for explaining all that. And so I guess so basically you have some that are more the 50 year, and then some are 25. There's like the two options between all the boards.
The structural.
Structural.
So, yeah, your wood composites come with a 25-year structural, and our Surson technology comes with a 50-year structural. Now, as far as the fade and stain and the limited labor and replacement, that's 25 across the board, even for entry level on Venture.
Okay. And I don't know the exact warranties of like other brands. I know you said that's best in class. So like you compare, I mean, is that significantly more? I know I've seen, I think like 25 and 50 on maybe some, but maybe I'm wrong here. So is that just a much better, longer warranty?
25 years definitely usually standard. There has been other manufacturers that have increased their higher end wood composites or PVC boards to a 50-year structural. Because that's the I would say for higher end boards that are supposed to be stronger and last longer, that's a standard that needs to be set.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, so you already talked about Surestone. That's kind of like the foundation for, I guess the innovation that you have as a company. Anything else? Anything that's like you, I guess, worth mentioning that really stands out, proprietary type stuff that you're able to share, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I would say, I mean, as far as proprietary goes and the uniqueness of what we have to offer, our Surestone is definitely our bread and butter. It's our anchor into the market. We do offer we also offer different railings. We have two different kind of rapid, or two different aluminum railings. We have our entry level, which is a kitted system called Rapid Rail. And we have our pre-welded sections and a cable system, all aluminum and a composite. I guess you could say what makes our aluminum different than most aluminum is usually when you're in a certain mile radius of salt water, your warranty goes from whatever the full warranty is to a 1 year warranty. We provide a special coating in our aluminum railing that where, normally we offer a 25-year warranty. We can still offer a 10-year warranty within a certain mile distance of salt water instead of a one. So I'd say that makes us a little bit different and
yeah.
unique when it comes to our aluminum railings too.
Okay. And is that if it's submerged in water or just near salt water?
Just near salt water in
Okay.
general.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Um, okay. And I'm curious. So, you work with a lot of deck builders. I mean, in terms of support, when they need something, to talk with you guys, is there anything you could touch on that to, you know, maybe put a deck builder at ease if they're thinking about using more of your boards, but make sure they'll be taken care of and can kind of have all their needs are, taken care of. Anything you could speak to on that?
Yeah, so we have our customer service line. They if they need something quick and easy answered, they're great at answering all relevant questions. But we also are field specialists. That's our front of the line. They're our boots on the ground. They meet with our contractors, and like I said earlier, they ask the relevant questions to understand their business. So, like if it's a contractor that's only using high-end deck boards because they have a high-end clientele, then we're just going to focus on Surestone. So we want to understand our customer's business model because after that meeting and perform the training to answer any questions they may have about the product to make them feel more comfortable about using it for the first time, we make sure to order them all the samples, literature, anything they need to be successful after that meeting to be successful in front of their customers. And
Gotcha.
then, we're always a phone call away. I can't tell you how many times I have contractors that I became actually really good friends with. But like if they need me, they know they can give me a call. If I don't answer, I'm gonna call back right away. And that's the expectations that we kind of set as a company culture across the background. I believe Deckorators is very, you know, a family embracive company. Like we treat our contractors like we treat our own family, and we want to make sure they're successful because if they're successful, we're successful. So we want to make sure we're taking in any feedback that they have, or if they need something, how can we go get it right away? And we work with each other in regards to that. I had a contractor that he had an upcoming job where he was selling voyage and needed some 1 foot samples. Sometimes, when we order from our website, it could take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to get that, but we coordinate with each other. I was able to reach out to a colleague and I knew he had some extra 1 foot samples where he created a customized kit, aired it to the contractor in one day, and they were able to sell the Deckorators voyage deck. So it's just not only is it about getting in front of them, but it's about us working as a team and collaborating and helping each other out when we need it as well. Like we use our resources and think outside of the box.
Yeah. 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 Okay. No, I like to hear that. And as far as like training and stuff, if it's a new product, if there's anything different that you have to like make sure when you're installing, you do things a certain way. Do you have training and resources in line to, make sure that it's actually being done correctly?
Yeah. So, I mean, the training, we usually provide a training in person with our contractors to go over any of the questions they may have. I'll say for the most part, installing decking is pretty, standard across the board. You got your face screws, you got your plugs, you got your hidden fasteners. One thing I would like to mention about Deckorators as far as hidden fasteners go, some other manufacturers require you to use their hidden fasteners. You can actually use any hidden fasteners with our deck boards, besides the ones that are proprietary to specific manufacturers. But like Camo is a great clip that we recommend wedge clip works great, but you don't have to use our hidden fastener with our product. But we also have we revamped our website. Our marketing team did an excellent job on our website, revamped it to make it a lot more user friendly, and you can get to our resources to find our reports to submit for your projects, to find installation guides. We're working on creating new installation videos for a various amount of our like railing, especially with cable rail and so forth. So we're implementing all the right stuff to make it easier for the contractor to find.
Gotcha. Okay. And when contractors, I guess, because some, prefer certain brands, they don't do a whole lot unless it was specifically asked. So I'm just curious, like, as you've grown, are there any like concerns or common questions that you hear from deck builders that are just like when they're kind of scoping you out, like deciding if they want to promote that more than they promote some of the other competitors? Is there any concerns they typically have or comments, things like that, of why they wouldn't want to switch it up? Just curious about that.
So I mean, you don't get me wrong. You'll have contractors ask, like, you're a newer manufacturer. I know you're growing, but like, how are you growing? How leads are becoming more and more relevant. Like, how do I get leads and so forth? We have a certified pro program that we after the training we get them certified. They get put on our website. Any customer that comes on there and is looking for a contractor, they can put in an area code and reach out to that contractor. We have like different like spotlight features where they can customize their page now to make it more, I guess, aesthetically or enticing for a consumer to want to reach out and be like, okay, wow, I see all these pictures already. Like, I want to know more about this contractor. We've gotten to the point where we're getting, because of the system, because honestly our marketing campaign that we just started last year and increased this year, we're seeing more and more consumers go through our website, reaching out to contractors, educating themselves because they see Deckorators, who's Deckorators, what is this, and they read about it and they're educating themselves and they're wanting to know more from a contractor. And if the contractor doesn't know, then they're reaching out online to figure out, how can I learn more because my client is interested in the product. So I will just say, like, our marketing campaign has been huge. I guess to give you a little idea about it, we spent $8.4 million last year and bumped that up to about 10.6, I think, this year. And it has just been monumental between the commercials, our partnerships, various partnerships. And last year was about getting brand awareness out, just saying the name Deckorators. This year is more focused on our SureStone, our proprietary technology that makes us different. So I think reaching out, we have a target-based consumers that we are reaching out to that has been very effective.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to circle back to the first thing you said because it really surprised me. I think you said the first thing people were concerned, or maybe this isn't the number one thing, I don't know, but the leads, like obviously, manufacturers, I think all have some kind of like lead system to
Yep.
reach out to it. So when people contact you, that's like what's top of mind for them a lot of times is like, how many leads can you get me through your website?
It's more and more I'm seeing it, to be
Huh.
honest with you, that contractors do care about their leads. It's an easy source of to start. I guess you could say get some decks or fill in some of your slots that you have available. So I definitely see the importance about it, and it can help with upkeep of growth. I mean, don't get me wrong, leads can be sporadic. They can be unpredictable at times, depending on where the market is and stuff. But it's definitely something that is important, and I understand why it's important for a contractor's business. So yeah, it is something that I wouldn't say it's the number one thing, but it's definitely something that they hold very dear to their heart. And because of when we noticed that, and we already made the adjustments going into this year with the revamping of our website, funneling the lead-based system, and we're getting better and better, learning as we learn more about how to provide these leads efficiently for our contractors.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. Um, okay, so another thing I'm curious with decorators, the marketing materials for deck builders specifically. So like, do you guys offer anything like that? Like, here's some images of, I'm sure you guys have a million like professional, nice pictures. Do you share any of that with clients to be like, hey, you can use this on your website, anything like that?
So we have our marketing team is great at keeping a collection of this stuff together, whether it's logos that on our website, lifestyle photos, contractors that I get newly sign up on for the first time if they need some lifestyle photos, just to show what a decorator's deck looks like to a client. We could provide that information for them. And then as they grow and start to use decorators more and more, they build up their own portfolio that they can show that they actually did.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's a great way to help that contractor get started with building our product. So yes, we do offer like the different logos. We'll work with. Recently, I worked with a contractor's. He was getting his website redesigned, and I provided a couple stuff for the website to, they really want to partner with us and help us the best possible. So I provided the logos and any photos they needed to get started. So yeah, we definitely have that capability. And then and it's also good to have this too, because there's some contractors that don't like paper. They prefer everything digitally. So we have the digital like catalogs that they'll need that they can implement in their tablets and stuff. So we do have that option too.
okay, all right. And in terms of like going forward, future developments, products. Again, not sure what you're able to share, but I mean, is there anything we can expect product wise, things that are coming in the next few years?
So to answer the best way I can to tell you, so normally we will release any new upcoming stuff in November during Deck Expo, but to give you an idea is one thing, and this makes me proud about working for Decorators. We're always asking questions. We want feedback from our contractors, from our customers, and the ways that we can differentiate or make unique changes to our products. And we do a great job. I mean, if you go to any of our trade shows, our research and development team is there. They walk around with pen and paper. They'll talk to contractors, ask for feedback, any changes, and they take that back to their team and try to make the adjustments going into the next year. So we're always listening to stuff that contractors say they want to see different with certain products or new products they would love to see us launch. And it might take a year or two, but I can tell you right now, there's stuff always in the works to improve our products and add new product lines to Decorators based off of feedback that we're directly asking them.
Okay. Um, all right. So since of course marketing is my thing, I got to ask some marketing questions. So you touched on this a little bit, but um, I want to make sure I had it right. So your marketing campaign, are you more so are you mainly going after contractors, not really, individual consumers?
I would say it's definitely a heavy consumer based
Okay.
campaign. So for instance, to give you an idea, like last year was our first year we did our marketing campaign. We started off, we had commercials going through March Madness, which it was just about the Decorators name, getting that name out there.
Yep.
This year we did the same partnership with March Madness and had commercials launched, but it was about Surestone, the features and benefits on our proprietary technology. We partnered with HDTV last year, did the same partnership with them this year. Fun little fact: our Vista deck was in the Barbie movie,
Nice.
so that was pretty cool to see, and people bring up, and contractors who might have taken their daughters or anyone else to see it, they noticed it who've used our product, so that was a pretty cool thing. But this year, big thing for us, we became partnership of the PGA.
Nice.
So this is new for us. So we have a lot of upcoming tournaments that we are focusing on and that we're doing events for and having a big presence for that we have never had in the past. And, I'll say it's taken notice to a lot of people. One of our sponsors who represents us in the PGA is Victor Perez. So that's a new partnership. But we have these target-based commercials for a specific target audience and clickbait, clickbait when you're looking up decking online and filtering out who we want to target, because we figure you can target at the end of the day, the consumer is the one who's going to make the ultimate decision. If they see Decorators more and more and they get curious, okay, this is new. And like I said, I've seen them educate themselves. The amount of samples we have going out this year compared to last year, based off of the foot traffic we've had gone through our internet, and the presence has been phenomenal. It's been a great growth.
Nice.
And then I actually, I have contractors that reach out and they want to know more because their customers are saying, "Hey, Decorators, I see Voyage or something called Surestone." They say, "I looked into it. It looks like it's really good," and they want to know more about it. So now that's driving the contractors to want to learn more and reach out to like a field specialist. And just educate themselves on the product, what makes it different. And I definitely like to say we have a very superior product with our Surestone technology. It just makes it different. There's nothing like it in the market. It's innovation with the deck boards. It creates a unique and creates a difference for contractors and lumberyards alike. But it's something that, like I said, when it comes to warranty, that we're proud to represent and have that such a great warranty, and that contractors feel more comfortable about pushing our website or pushing our product because of the warranty involved, and because they feel comfortable with it and they learned about it. And I'm a firm believer, if they use our decking for the first time, our decking sells itself. If you just get it in hands for the first time, they'll fall in love with it. You can get really creative with what you do specifically with Voyage, with the multi-whiffs. I like to say I have a lot of contractors, they're artists, and very every contractor is proud about the work they do and passionate, but a lot of them, they are artists, and to see the work they can do with our product and how creative they can be with our product is just, it's crazy. It's an
Yeah.
awesome experience to see.
Yeah. Okay. And one thing I forgot to ask, I'm just curious, like pricing, how does that compare? Competition, between the boards, is it, it sounds like this is definitely a premium product. So I'm curious if it's priced that way or how that works.
Sure. I mean, Surestone is priced just like any other premium product. We don't dictate the price. We sell to our distributors who distribute to lumber yards, and the lumber yards set a price based off of what they think is reasonable and what they want to make off of it. So it varies in different markets.
Gotcha.
Every
Gotcha.
market's different. But I mean, you'll find that a lot of our high-end boards is just, it's similar in price, a linear foot, to other high-end boards.
Yeah.
When it
Yeah.
comes to our entry level board Venture is similar to price as other most likely entry level boards. A linear foot, it could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. It just varies on the market, what's popular, what's in demand, and what's not. But for instance, Venture, I mean, you get a high end finish with Venture, which you don't get that too often with other entry levels.
Gotcha. Okay. And I want to touch back on the marketing stuff. So
Yeah.
when you said that you talk with debt contractors, you said they're asking about leads. You mentioned the portal. Do you give any other recommendations, or do they ask questions about other ways to generate leads? I mean, how do you guys typically handle that if they're concerned about that?
So, as I tell contractors right now, the lead based system for us, I wouldn't say it's newer, but the way we're revamping it and trying to make it better is newer for us. So we're still learning some obstacles to overcome, but we're overcoming them, and it's a process in the making, but it's becoming better and better. The amount of leads now that I get sent to me about homeowners requesting samples or whatever it may be and they want to be connected to a contractor. So I take those and I connect them to a contractor in their area. I give them three top in their area or whatever it may be, who's ever closest to them, to be able to reach out to and get a quote from. So it's definitely getting there. It's
Okay.
newer, like I said, it's newer for us, but we're going in the right direction.
Okay. What about alternative methods? Because obviously digital marketing, that's what my agency does. I mean, do you ever mention stuff like that to them? Like they need to, if they don't have a website, or you're like, dude, you got to get a website, or if they're not on Google, like those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, as we talk more and more, I found it to be where I'm building a better relationship with my contractors, and there's certain contractors, or we'll have quarterly meetings about what to do different with their business. They'll ask me personal questions about what they think they could do better or so forth. And I definitely think digital marketing is huge. I mean, we're in the era where technology is just it runs what we do, and you got to keep up with the times. You got to keep up with the innovativeness. um, and I definitely think it's important to have a website, to have a Google ad, to have click based things where you have a target audience that you pop up for.
Yeah.
So it makes you, once again, different and unique. When you're different and unique and can provide stuff to customers that others can't, or you're easily able to be access to, it's easier to get someone to get a sale out of it. 3D rendering. I'm a big fan of 3D rendering. It's very innovative. To be able to walk into your client and show them the deck they're about to purchase on a 3D virtual image, and kind of look what it would be like fully, like with furniture and stuff, it's amazing. I know personally, for me, I'm a visual person. If I see a contractor providing that image to me, the chances of me saying yes is even higher now.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Um, and then, so you talked about the PGA. That's this year. That's a new initiative. So you
Yep.
guys just start. Okay. Do they have exclusivity? Is it only like one type of company per sponsor?
To be honest, I'm not fully aware. I know they do different sponsorships. Timber Tech used to be the sponsorship before. I think believe what happened. They might. I don't know if they renewed their contract, so we ended up getting kind of hopping on that opportunity to get that contract with them. So it could vary based off of like if it's an industry related product. I mean, I know we're an exclusive provider and offer for the PGA now since we have that sponsorship. So yeah, I guess when it comes to industry and so forth, they're partnering with like one manufacturer, whatever it may be.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So getting towards the end here, but I was curious. So if somebody's like, they listen to this episode, I'm sure everyone that listens that's in the deck industry got a lot of value from this. But if they're like, I'm interested in, uh, promoting, I guess, more decorators or just having that as a, preferred option for, for their clients, but they're not really sure. They don't know a ton about you guys. They're stuck with whoever they've been using for the however many years. What's like the best way to get, maybe on the phone with somebody, someone like yourself or any kind of rep, what's the best way for them to reach out to, get someone on the phone with them and, kind of get the process started?
Yeah, of course. So one way you could do it, you could call our customer service line, tell them that you're interested in learning more about decorators. They'll connect you with a field specialist in your area that they can sit down with you and talk more about the product, show you some samples so you can get a feel for it, what it looks like in person and so forth. Another way is you can go on our website. One other thing that we did that we added on when we revamped it, we made sure to put all of the field specialists throughout the country on there. So when you're typing in your location, it'll show you the states that which state each field specialist covers, and I'll have our contact information where you can also reach out and say you want to learn more, and then we'll get you scheduled and we'll sit down for a meeting and teach, like I said, teach more about the product, bring samples, see what your business is all about, so we can offer the relevant products.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, so that's it. That's all the the questions I wanted to run by you. I mean, anything additional you wanted to add there? Maybe any nuggets of wisdom or insight, anything like that?
I guess I'll say with decorators, you know, we're always trying to stay above the curve when it comes to innovativeness. And really, and like I said, this is very important. And this touches, I guess, dear to my heart when you have employees from our company asking questions to see what we can actually do and taking down notes, pen and paper, to figure out what we could do to make a difference, what we can do to make your contractors' lives easier, consumers' lives easier. I think that's very important when you're trying to keep up with growth and continue to grow. And because at the end of the day, the contractors, consumers, they're all your customers. You want to hear their opinion and not neglect them. And we do a great job at doing that. And I think that's definitely something that is helping us upkeep with our growth and our momentum. And it's just the beginning from here. And I'm really excited to see, in the next 5 years where we plan on being.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm excited to see how it goes, and um, I'll be at Deck Expo, so I'll see firsthand what you guys release. But yeah, I appreciate Chris, coming on the podcast and being so thorough with everything Decorators is doing and everything about the company. So I'm sure everyone listening did love this episode because it's straight, straight from the manufacturer, and this is the first of its kind on this podcast, anyways. So I appreciate that, and
Of course.
go. Yeah, appreciate it. And going forward with the Fence and Deck Mastery podcast, um, pushing to do weekly podcasts and coming up with different, creative guests that I can bring on the show and share some different information. So the plan is to do it every week going forward. If you think this review, if the podcast was valuable, it is a big help if you can leave a review and subscribe to it. We spend a lot of time and money, quite frankly, to produce all this stuff and have an internal marketing person that really entire job is just to create, like, produce the content that I create for fencing and decking owners. So if you do get value from it, it's great if you can leave a review. If you didn't get value, then don't leave a review. But yeah, that's really it for now. If you do have any questions about your marketing for your fence or deck company, feel free to reach out through our website, deckfencemarketers.com, and then every social media channel we're also on. Also, the webinars, we do those every month. If you want to be on those and learn something specific and all the details of each individual type of digital marketing, just reach out to us and we can add your email to the list. But that's it. That's really all I had for today. Chris, I appreciate you coming on here, and hopefully you do make it to Deck Expo so we can meet in person, or
Sure.
maybe we'll just grab some lunch since we're so close.
That's
But
also true.
yeah, I appreciate it, man, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Appreciate your time as well. Take care.
All right.